This episode of Sleep It Off is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here in the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community of supporters on Patrons for as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits. All patrons will gain access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. Good morning, Pokemon Sleep researchers, and welcome to episode 23 of Sleep It Off. Sleep It Off is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. I am your host, Luis, and my co-host and host, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
We're back. We actually did a weekly thing.
I was about to quote Nemo, Finding Nemo, and then I didn't remember the quote. I was like, the sun is shining, the tank is clean, the tank is clean.
It's clean.
The tank is clean.
Well,
Yes.
we're going to start real quick with us dinner.
Yes.
Well, I got to make sure that I had like 49% extra tasty chance this afternoon, and I didn't get it.
Oh, no.
So now I have a 62% chance because my Dedenne triggered 4 times before dinner.
Oh, my goodness.
Like the double triggers, 1, 2,
Yes,
1, 2,
of
1, 2.
course.
Yeah, so. All right, well, let's see if we get some good stuff here.
So when you feed, are you a tapper to get it done faster? Or are you like, you know what, if I tap it 3 times, it's going to be extra tasty?
Well, with 69 or 62%, then
I mean, that was pretty high. 360. Nice.
Yeah. It's also level 62. I don't know. You can't see it really well.
Level
Right now,
62?
Yeah,
That's
level
pretty
62.
good.
Yeah.
Man, these levels on these dishes they're like so high.
Well,
especially 60 to 65.
They're giving us like all the chances of just being like, oh, hey, here's a event with extra tasty chances or something. It's like,
Yeah.
So we just been doing crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm almost Master 10 here. That's crazy.
Nice. Okay. So, on this week's episode, we're talking Summer Festival 2025.
I'm sorry. The Dene trigger again. On a
Okay.
one berry. Never mind.
So, besides the Dene triggering and me being triggered, we also have Farfetch'd. We're hoping it's a mono leaker. We think so. Is it confirmed yet?
No, because usually a new Pokemon comes out and it's not like until like 3
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah.
on
So
a
all
different time.
signs point to yes.
It's the one with the leak. What do you want from me?
Man, could you imagine if it was not a mono leaker?
Oh my god, I'm just going. Yeah. I quit this game. Where's my towel?
But what if it was a mono leaker, but not an ingredient specialist? Anyways, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So what else on the show? The new moon. It's back.
Rises again.
Is it third time or second
It's the
time?
Second time, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
no,
it's
now-
time for more Darkrai's, Gotta love those.
Now I'm just thinking of in Zelda, it's like, oh, the new moon rises, and then like all the monsters rise up again from the dead.
It
That's
kind
just
of
what
makes sense
me
though,
think of.
right? It kind of makes sense. Now I gotta play some Pokemon.
And then we're changing things up to end the podcast. We're going to talk about, the last week, the last event, how things have been going, so that way you can get to the news you want to know first, and then you can hear how last week went later.
I'm sure everybody's excited. Maybe.
Yes. And then, of course, Dream Deck's Detective, and we're going to hold off on the deep dive. We were hoping to find out more about expert mode, but maybe that'll be next week's pod.
Okay, before actually, let's get into the news and then we'll talk about all this, because if not, everybody's gonna be like, well, you were supposed to talk about news first.
Yes. News.
All right. Summer Festival, here we go. Also, it's really summer because it's been raining like every day here.
Yes. So, Summer Festival 2025. get ready for summer in Pokemon Sleep with the Summer Festival event. If you didn't know, we just had the summer solstice, June 20th/21st, depending on who you ask. The summer week-long event will feature greater appearance rates of water, flying, and bug-type Pokemon. To commemorate this event, a new curry/stew recipe will be added June 19th, which has already happened. But I'm on desserts this week, so I haven't done it yet.
Me neither.
You'll also be able to use the Candy Cram-o-matic function. The new recipe is cut sukiyaki curry, and it requires the following ingredients to make: 26 bean sausage, 26 honey, 22 fancy eggs, and 27 large leeks.
Okay, so Charizard or Beware. Beware sometimes gives you way more, actually. Venusaur, Mono Venusaur. I know we had a couple of egg ingredients. Oh, Chansey. There you go.
I got
okay. And then leeks, which hopefully we'll get good leeks. We'll see how that goes. Dish-wise, I mean, I gotta make the count. It said over 100. Is it just me, or is it less than that? Let me check my dandy handy calculator. So yeah, it is 101 ingredients. So it's technically, is it the second best dish in the curry category? That's a good question.
Yes. Well, there's still you can still hear the train tracks in the background, but
actually, okay. With everything we have is pretty good.
So. Okay. So what was the question one more time?
Is this the second best dish that we have for curries?
I think this will be the best dish we have for curries.
I'm counting the ones for the Hidden Powers Surfers too, so
I think it will be, and mostly because these are some high sought after ingredients with, I think, don't quote me on this, but higher base power. Because apples is a 90, potatoes is 121.
Yeah.
That and so on. I don't know what leeks are. Since I don't farm leeks very much, I don't actually know.
It's between 160 and 120 or something like that, I think. Could be 130. I can't remember right now.
And by the way, I didn't say, this article is from Pokemon Go Heb, and we use them a lot, so thanks, Kitty Pokemons, a lot.
You're making our job easier.
Yeah, so the festival starts Monday the 23rd, so hopefully I have this podcast edited out, unlike the last one. It ends Monday, June 30th, so, a week. It's all in all areas. Certain Pokemon are more likely to appear. A few Pokemon different types will appear regardless of your sleep type during the day, which is great, because if you're like me and you always get dozing, then it's nice to not have to fiddle with your device to make it get what you want.
Or if you're a legit player, but
Actually, to be fair, I do find that my Apple Watch or Fitness Watch, because you can use an Android watch, tracks better and is more likely to get the different sleep styles than when I just used the Go Plus Plus. So that's part of why I switched. The other part was more likely to get a full night of sleep tracking instead of just stopping halfway through.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it's just based off my sleep style. Anyways, so the following Pokemon will be more likely to appear. Farfetch'd has a greater appearance rate, so there's some data mining behind that's usually 20 or 30% more likely.
Usually.
And then slightly greater, so maybe 10 to 15% chance. Squirtle, Caterpie, Psyduck, Slowpoke, Doduo, Pinsir, Totodile, Wooper, Heracross, Delibird, Swablu, Rufflet, Grubbin, Cramorant, and Quaxley.
I think I've seen a Doduo in weeks now.
and then it goes through all the different areas and where you can target these Pokemon. So,
well, do note that Farfetch'd is going to start spawning in Greengrass Isle, Cyan Beach, and Old Core Power Plant.
Yes. So if you don't care about Farfetch'd, you don't think you're gonna farm leeks, and you want to hunt something else, maybe like you're still looking for a good Wooper. This would be a great event to target Wooper because it's the only thing with a greater appearance rate at Topalo.
You understand if this is a mono leak, everybody wants it, right?
Some people aren't ready for it because like the mono leak is great if you're doing like the high dishes, but if you're not doing the high dishes, then you're not ready for it.
Actually, this is probably the best event to do it at time because New Moon is also going to give us a chance of catching it a little easier.
Yeah, and so Farfetch'd, what we've seen is that it's going to be a 16 bar Pokemon to catch. You know, not great. I don't like those. But, you know, it doesn't evolve because this is the Kanto form, not the Galarian form.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too.
Yeah. But I don't think that one will be leaks. Well, it might, you know, we'll see.
I mean, his leak is a lot more like beat up in the other form, so I don't think so either, but you never know.
Yeah. And then there's Farfetch'd, which gets the leak shield, which is amazing.
That definitely, well, actually, it's still the same thing anyway, so you know.
Yeah.
But it could turn from a flying type to a fighting type. Just
Yes.
from evolution, so that wouldn't be
Which
a bad
we
idea.
need better fighting types.
Do we? Yeah,
Do
we
you
do.
use
Actually.
any fighting types besides Beware?
No. You're right, though, but
Yeah,
anyways.
same.
Yeah.
Okay, so Greengrass Isle, you know, it's great if you're new to the game. You get all the spawns. You know, won't be able to target Farfetch'd, but really, you probably don't care about leaks if you're new to the game. Cyan Beach, it cuts off a couple of them, so a little bit more targeted down. Again, I wouldn't go there. I mean, I would go to Cyan Beach if you're not ready for OGPP or have unlocked it yet. Then you want to go to Cyan Beach to help you target Farfetch'd. Topalo only has improved rates for Wooper, which I think is just because it's the only water bug or what's it called, flying type Pokemon that spawns there.
Out of those three, yeah, the Wooper will be the only one that appears in the type.
Yeah, since it's ground type.
It's technically water type, but in this game, but it is ground type in its own sense. So,
Yeah, so that's the reason why it spawns there.
Yeah.
Snowdrop Tundra has Psyduck, Slowpoke, Delibird, Swablu, Rufflet, and Cramorant, which, again, good Pokemon to go after.
Yeah.
If you don't care about Farfetch'd.
Yeah.
Lapis Lakeside has Squirtle, Psyduck, Slowpoke, Doduo, Swablu, and Quaxley. I would personally avoid that. And then OGPP only has increased rates for Caterpie, Farfetch'd, Wooper, Grubbin, and Quaxley.
So, okay, if we really want to be efficient for anybody who has been able to play this game or has actually unlocked OGPP, I think OGPP will be the best bet just for two reasons. Farfetch'd and Grubbin. You really do need that mono coffee maker. So that's just my theory. It's just a theory. A sleep theory.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, pretty much unless like you've only been to OGPP like twice, I would just go there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that's gonna be my play starting tomorrow once we go back.
But yeah, it is like the other Pokemon like Absol or the other like Cramorant, the other monostage Pokemon, that it takes a lot of power, Snorlax sleep strength, in order to like find it, if you will.
Yeah. It again, we have a lot going through the same week, so hopefully you'll be able to catch one if you're ready for it. But be ready for other Darkrai Pokemons too. All right. But yeah, so it begins tomorrow, or as I recorded this podcast.
Yes.
It is a flying type, so I do feel like the game is actually preparing us for like this expert mode or something, because they're giving us a lot of types that we usually don't use for the most part, So.
Yeah. Should be interesting. And then, speaking of which, in order to power up your Pokemon, Candy Cram-o-matic. So, if you recall from other events, do you remember, Luis, when was the last time we had this Candy Cram-o-matic?
I remember it during the holiday event.
Oh, so like Christmas time.
Yep. I think there was another one in between the last 6 months, but I can't remember that specifically. But I remember for sure.
We've had the mini candy boost recently, but it's been a while for the Candy Cram-o-matic.
I completely forgot I had it.
Yeah, so This is the one where you give it as 4 stages you can use each day. So it's like 1,000 dream shards and 40 candies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has to be 40 candies. And then the stage 2 is 5,000 dream shards with 40 candies, and then it's 15,000 and then 40,000. So, Luis, question to you. You know, we're long time, pretty much day one players. We're pretty invested into this game. What do you do? How much do you invest into this?
I try to at least invest it once per the event, once per day, because I don't want to use too many dream shards into the mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, the only problem with this is that since you have to add more dream shards every time you go up to the final stage, you're basically just wasting it for the candy. Even though it could give you better chances of getting the candy you need, but most of the time you can just play the game and you get the candy anyway. So since we've been long-time players, almost 2 years into this game, we definitely have candy for almost anything and everything that we want. Plus, the candy.
My problem is like I kind of cap out around level 40 to 45. I have to try really hard to get things to level 50 still. So like I was grinding real hard. We'll talk about this later, but I broke one of my core principles to power up my Vaporeon.
Oh, damn. That's actually I remember you sent me that video. I think I know half of the story, or at least a quarter of the story.
So we'll talk about that later. But yeah. So if you're new, at least do it once per day. 1,000 dream shards, that's nothing. 40 candies. Choose something that you don't use or you don't think you'll plan on using, like Ekans, Rattata, Sudowoodo, Meowth Candy, Doduo. Yeah.
RP,
choose those Pokemon that you've never powered up once, you've never thought about powering up, and you don't think are meta relevant. Now, you can probably look up an official list somewhere, but it really just think about the Pokemon that you never plan on using.
Yeah.
Or go into your bag and sort by most candy, because you can do that, and you just see what you have an overall abundance of and use that for that week. Assuming it's not a meta Pokemon like Blastoise or something.
I agree. But it's better to save your dream shards, because dream shards is like the biggest currency of this game. Unless you really do need to power something up, which Justin will explain later.
Yeah. So the article does talk about how if you feed a grass type, the candy is slightly more likely to become a grass type candy M. I'm very hit or miss on that. I think while that may be true, it's not enough for me to warrant using my good candies for something. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it subjectively, for me, it feels like it changes per event. Like one of the Cram-o-matic event weeks, if I used fairy candies, like Jigglypuff, for example, I was more likely to get fairy candy M. And other times, when I used it, I felt like I was never getting it. It was always a crapshoot. So then I just switched to just whatever I had a bunch of.
I get you.
I plan on using it twice a day.
Okay. It's not a bad idea regardless. I mean, if you have the extra candy to use, why not, right?
Mm-hmm. And then if I'm really feeling the gacha mechanic and I want that crit, because you can get a crit and get 2, right?
Yes, you can get the crit and get to the different candies, will be great too.
So maybe I'll do a third one. Definitely not doing a fourth. Fourth is completely out of the question. 40,000 is way too much. But I'll probably just feel the itch and I'll do it. I'll do the 15,000 one a couple times.
Sounds like a good plan. Like I said, I'm still biased when it comes down to using this, so I'll use it once a day at best. So. At best.
Okay, so then it brings us to the Summer Festival bundles. Luis, are you eyeing any of these bundles?
No, not really.
I will say, these bundles do seem a little better than usual. So, like, for example, the small bundle S, Summer Festival 2025, Bundle S, 250 diamonds, 3 Poke Biscuits, 1 Friend Incense, Handy Candy S times 3, Dream Cluster S times 1. Friend Incense is great. Those are hard to come by, in my opinion. You can always use Poke Biscuits, and like just the straight up cost of Poke Biscuits, 3 of them is 180. Then at that point, you're pretty much just throwing in the Handy Candy and Dream Cluster for free. So, I don't know that I'm gonna buy it, but it's not that bad considering they've been giving us more and more free diamonds over the years. Over the past few months.
It's not a bad idea, I guess, but I mean, it's still 250 in the end of the day.
So the bundle M, 1,200 diamonds, has 5 Great Biscuits, 5 Poke Biscuits, 2 Farfetch'd Incense, 40 Farfetch'd Candy, Dream Cluster M. You're only allowed to buy 1. Since we think Farfetch'd is going to be good, this does seem like a better value. It is still 1,200 diamonds, though, and I probably won't buy it, but it is a better value. And then there's the large bundle, 3,000 diamonds, which is a lot.
Way too much.
3 Ultra Biscuits, 9 Great Biscuits, 4 Farfetch'd Incense, Handy Candy M times 4, and Dream Cluster L times 1. It's just too much money. I'm never buying a 3,000 diamond box. I don't care what the value is. I'll just play the long game.
Honestly, just playing the game is enough because as much as they give you good, somewhat discounted prices for a lot of the items here, it's still not worth to spend the diamonds in that. You can spend the diamonds on increasing your inventory space or something like that. You know, it's like
that's the thing. We always talk about this. The things I spend money on: item inventory, Pokemon space, good camp ticket,
which I actually had to do pretty recently. So
yeah. And so that's pretty much, I would rather buy 6 good camp tickets than 1 bundle L. Because it just improves your gameplay for the entire week instead of, just a few biscuits that you can use here and there.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, it talks about notes about the event, some specific things, but it's all kind of stuff we already know, like the review later stuff. About the tutorial, you can't use Cram-o-matic after it ends, overlapping event triggers, blah, blah. So,
yeah. So, in the end of the day, the Summer Festival seems to be another edition of a great Pokemon coming up. Hopefully, the one that's going to help us a lot in the near future. Will it be easy to catch? Well, it's yet to see. Hopefully, your extra... what's it call it? Your hungry ones appear more frequently. Mm-hmm. But you can always increase your odds. Just try to make sure, like, you can increase your odds by trying to get slumbering because it does skew closer to slumbering when you have pseudo balance at the end throughout the week. You can also increase your chance by having a friend incense and a good camping ticket. Just the extra hungry Pokemon usually helps you out a lot. So make sure you are taking advantage of that. If you are not wasting anything throughout the week or anything like that, this is a good chance to use it. It's not the most recommended, but we'll see how good it is once we actually have a little more news on Farfetch'd.
So TLDR, go to OGPP if you're ready. If you're not ready, go to Cyan Beach so you can get your Farfetch'd. And then if you don't want Farfetch'd, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah. Yep.
And then use your good camping ticket.
If you've been saving it up, then yes, it will be a good idea.
Yeah.
Which actually, I don't even know how many I have. I think I have like 3 or 4 still. All right. How about we take a quick break?
Okay.
Time for a nap. And we're back. I had a nap. Maybe. I don't know.
How'd it go?
Very dreamy. Well, you can't go over without having, a little bit of housekeeping here. So we want to thank we want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Ben, Brandy, Esper Willow, Herbert, Kyle, and Maddie G. Thank you so much. Also, special thanks to our secret producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Kate the Cons, Lasopos, and Titch Smith. We also have our elite trainer, Trainer Mystic. Thank you so much.
Oh, congrats, Mr.
Yes.
Trainer Mystic.
Yay. If you're interested in becoming a second producer for our show, please let us know. That would greatly appreciate it. With yours as $1 a month, you can support our collective of hard worker part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon and podcasting here at the Pokemon Professor Network. Hit us up at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can enjoy other podcasts on the network like Lure Up, Special Conditions, Gotta Watch Them All, Way Spotters, Purify, Good Morning Johto, and After Darkrai. Make sure to check out PokemonProfessor.com for links everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us some of those amazing 5-star reviews. Alrighty.
Yeah, so a couple things real quick. If you saw us at GoFest, Lured Up, we have the great remote raid sticker where it's just remote support. That's what it was. Do you have it?
Yes. Where did I put that thing?
So yeah, for you audio listeners, it's a picture of a guy using his phone while sitting on the toilet, and he's doing a Go raid. So and it's a play on words. The remote support.
Yes, I mean Pokemon Go is all about remotes now for some reason. Where did I put this thing? It's like I don't know. I guess
that's
it's
okay.
Somewhere. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And then also, let me know what you think of the audio. I have a new mic, so this is my first time using the new mic with the new setup with the XLR and the preamp and everything. So it should just be plug and play. But there's always like fine tweaking of settings.
Yes, because we always love to for everybody to hear our beautiful voices as clear as ever. Just like the Nintendo Switch 2, in 4K resolution. I found it.
Oh, yes. So there we go. Pants at the ankles, sitting on the toilet, looking at the phone. Got the ash hat on. Lured Up remote support. Great sticker.
Obviously. Best sticker in the world. All right. So, we got a few things that we catch up from last weekend. So, it's time to know what we thought about the last cooking event. Probably one of the best events that I had the time participating.
Oh, have we not talked since the cooking event?
No.
Oh, it was great. I loved it.
I know, right? So, I have made Master 20 for the very first time in one island.
I'm so proud of you.
And, funny enough, I haven't done it in Greengrass Isle. I haven't done it in Cyan Beach. I did it at Tapu Hollow.
That's so funny. So this is my second time getting Master 20. Also at Topolo. Since we were targeting the same thing. What were you targeting again?
Mawile,
yes. I've done it at Cyan Beach. I have not done it at Greengrass. But if I had used my Greengrass this week just because I wanted to take it easy, if I'd used a good camping ticket, I definitely could have gotten there. I just was taking an easy, relaxed week before we do an event next week.
I agree.
So, Luis, did you catch anything good?
I think I got some decent stuff. Let's check the Mawiles real quick. I know I have those. I did get another shiny Ekans.
Oh, the little gummy worm snake. He's green.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I actually talked about this, but I also had a shiny Aeron from like a couple weeks ago.
What? You definitely did not talk about this. Yeah. It's a great shiny with the red eyes.
Yeah, I was surprised because at first, it was the one style that I think the eyes are closed or something. And then I just, it starts sparkling later. I'm like, oh, there's a shiny. That's beautiful. It is not the greatest stats on that shiny though, so because it does have ingredient finder M at level 50, but it has speed down and it has 3 different ingredients, so no thank you. I did catch a good Muna a while back.
Nice.
It has Adamant Nature, so when I saw that I was actually very happy about it, and it has helping bonus. No berry finding though, unfortunately, but it is a berry gatherer, so pretty good regardless.
Oh. Yeah, so part of why I went to Topalo, I was also looking for Larvatars because I need ginger help. My Kangaskhan is okay, but it's not mono. So, and I definitely don't have the candies to get it to level 60 anyways. So I'm like really hunting for Larvatars. I'm even catching Pupatars. I'm just been like, all right, it's hungry. I'll give you my bonus biscuit. But it was an ABC, had good sub skills, but it was ABC. And then I had a Larvitar with ingredient finding up nature with helping bonus, but it again is ABC.
It's like the roles have switched. I've been getting a little more monos than you've been getting a lot of ABCs recently.
Yeah, I did get a mono Mawile for oil, which is nice, but it's EXP down, which sucks. It's berry finding S, which is not great, but it has helping speed and inventory up, so it's okay if I'm desperate, but I just don't have the candies and I don't have the rare candies to dump into this, so it's like a long shot.
Well, I think I got 2 Mawiles, and I was happy with my first one because I actually sent you a picture of this one.
Yeah.
It has ingredient finder up nature, which is great, and energy recovery down, so doesn't really matter. But it does have skill trigger M, energy recovery bonus, and ingredient finding M.
Yeah, and then, just if you forgot, Mawile has the skill Hypercutter, aka ingredient draw S. It gets 5 of one type of ingredient chosen randomly from a specific selection of ingredients. Sometimes gets an additional 5 ingredients, which will be fun to toy around with. I haven't used it myself because I just have the 2 that I caught, which the second one I caught has corn in the last slot. I don't know if that's AAB or AAC.
It's AB.
Okay.
Corn is B. So because I actually the Mawile that I got was an ABA, which could have been better, but.
So this one it's EXP up nature, helping speed M, skill trigger M, and with helping bonus at level 75. I'm like, oh, is this the one that I use? But it's got ingredient finding down as part of the nature. So I'm like, so I'm definitely holding on to it, but I'm probably not going to use it.
The nature killers definitely do hate you the most when it comes down to things. I did get my second one. It is a mono oil, which is, surprising that I got that after this one. But it's all skill triggers. It's got skill trigger M, skill trigger S, skill level up S. It does have ingredient finding S, but it's at the end of level 100. Which that's not going to happen anytime soon. However, it doesn't have any nature redundancy, which is great. So, but it also has experience down. So yeah, I'm never going to get that to 100 ever again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know what I did like about the event? I don't know if you noticed, if you had this happen. It's probably random, but I did get several crit catches, even if they weren't hungry.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Yeah, actually, I think I remember getting a grip catcher on a 1 bar.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't get that on the last, on the other,
Yeah. So, I even, well, okay, in these cases, I wouldn't have spent it if they weren't hungry, but, I got a fully evolved Gengar, was a crit. They give me 1 Poke Biscuit. I got a fully evolved Braviary. I got the Houndoom. I get a crit catch on a Mawile. So the crits were nice to me this week. They just, all the natures and sub skills were not great. So.
Yeah. The one thing that I was going to say about the event is that for some reason, I got 6 extra tastes at the beginning of the week.
Oh, that was so insane. I think you were just lucky.
Okay, so the first one that I got actually was the very first dish that I made throughout the day. On the week, and that was because I did have, I think, leftover from the Dene or the Dene trigger at the same time, which was nice. But then I got another one in the same day, and then I get another one the next day, and I was just I texted Justin, and I was like, "Hey, do we have extra tasty like boosted or something? Because I feel like I've been getting left and right at this point."
Yeah. So no, we don't have extra. There was no extra skill. No extra tasty, because I was using my Dedenne and I got several during the week. Actually, I took screenshots. Let me see how many I got that week. I got Do we know when the event started?
June 9, I think. Was it during GoFest? Yes, it was during GoFest because we had an off week this week, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't during GoFest. It was like the week after, right? Okay, so I got one on June 9th, 225,000 for Ninja Salad. I got 240,000 for a yogurt dress salad. I got another 285,000 for yogurt dress salad. 322 for the yogurt dress salad. 383 for a Defiant Coffee salad. And the final one being 447,000 for a yogurt dress salad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
That was including using my Dedenne a lot.
Yeah. See, I'm still... It's still a little hard for me to use the Dene in a good time. Like, I usually just try to get like the best dish that I can make throughout the week, and then if I have extra ingredients, I just put the Dene.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's how I do it too.
Yeah.
It's just if you get ahead enough, or you just do it overnight, or you can swap him in for a couple hours, or you get lucky and you're like, all right, it's at 20% now because I got a double skill trigger.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep Dedenne out while I farm my ingredients, that type of thing. There's kind of a nuance to using Dedenne. And if you have questions, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to help you troubleshoot using Dedenne because it's not a one-size-fit-all.
No, you definitely have to plan around it if you really want to maximize Dedenne's potential. Aside from getting a good one, because that's also a one-stage Pokemon. So
and like there are times where I just pulled out my healer. I was like, okay, I desperately need these ingredients before the time's up for the next meal. So let me pull out the healer and put something in, and then immediately put the healer back. Or I just, I run lower energy through the day. I'm not trying to trigger. So I'm just trying to get the ingredients. It's a little slower, whatever. They'll heal overnight.
I'm still doing my pet projects from the long ago, so I definitely have not changed my healer in forever at this point, and my healer stays the same. He's at 1,300 something hours right now, so he's getting closer. He's getting there. But I'm just like, can I please get there before the 2-year mark? That would be insane if I actually get to that point. I want to see the ability.
He's got to have like 20 hours a day of sleeping. I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm getting like 10 a day, so
That must be nice.
Go plus. Anyways. Yeah, actually, I got to put my Go Plus to sleep. But anyhow, I think that's really all the catches that we got.
Love the event.
Oh, yeah.
Bravo.
100%.
I'm already ready for the next ingredient-based event because, that's Luis and I's wheelhouse.
That's like the butter to our bread.
Yes.
Everything we do, so.
Have we had a berry finding based one? I mean, I guess we probably have where it gets like an extra berry or something.
I don't think we have something that says that you're gonna get an extra berry, but it has felt like that every now and then. We did have something. No, actually, that was last week too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've ever gotten like something that's strongly encouraged. All right, use only berry finders. Don't care about your feeding at all. Don't care about your skill triggers.
Yeah. We have. I mean, I know that the sneaky snacking is a mechanic in the game, and the developers pretty sure have it for that reason. I just don't think they care too much when it comes down to the berry finders, just because we do have the best way to get berries, just berry finding S. Just get that through it. But it would be nice to just have a week where we don't even have to worry about any of the meals. Just let the berries stack up for the rest of the day or something. But I don't think you and I will be like, I need to make a meal, It's like...
Yeah. Oh, it would hurt me inside. I mean, it just depends. Like, if my berry finding S now finds 4 berries, maybe I'm like, I like this. Just constantly seeing that number go up, but it's just not cooking. Okay. Did we talk about the new moon?
Well, I mean, New Moon event is basically our second monthly event thing that we have every month now because, we have Good Sleep Day and now New Moon Days. New Moon Days are going to be consistent to the month and how that works. It's
Yes.
basically, it starts on June 24 this week or this month and then
Tuesday
ends
night.
Tuesday night and it goes all the way to the 27th. Some things to note, I believe, is that Murkrow is going to appear more frequently, and of course, you do have a chance to encounter another Darkrai, which is one that
Actually, so if you look at this article, it is not Murkrow was only the first one because it was a new Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this one is purely Darkrai only.
Oh, I guess Murkrow was the introduction to the event, so that's probably
Yes. So it was just, the moon, darkness, Murkrow. Yeah, so you're only more likely to see Darkrai. And I was watching a Brovini video, and he was talking about how you can find Darkrai more easier as the days go along. So it's like 15 to 20% for night 1, and then it's like 50% for night 2, and then it's like 75% or something crazy for if you still don't see it for day 3.
I think that's the reason why I only saw one Darkrai the first time this event happened.
Yeah, so I think once you see it, I think that'll probably be, unless you're really lucky, that'll be your only time, and then you'll have to. It like resets the luck like back down to like 15% or whatever.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Regardless, if you are trying to power up your Darkrai and have the best skills and all that stuff, or even ingredients if that's your jam, you do have to find a way to catch one. It is 30 French points.
It's
a lot.
Yeah.
Last time I got lucky just because it was hungry.
Yeah, so remind me, New Moon Day, that's the one where they're less likely to get hungry, right? I mean, less likely to be full.
Correct, less likely to be full. So you can get a hungry one and you can keep giving it biscuits.
Yeah. So if there's something you want to catch, you can keep feeding it Poke Biscuits and Great Biscuits. I wouldn't use an Ultra Biscuit if you're lucky enough to have one. Just keep using your Pokies and Greats to try and catch it. Maybe you'll get like a crit, or maybe you'll get a mega hit. So where like instead of 1, it's 3 hearts.
That's the point of having it as a hungry one. Like I said, I got lucky last time, so it was just a matter of just dumping all the good biscuits into that. Or you can use your master one, but you'll be wasting a good master biscuit on a Pokemon you're never gonna use because technically you haven't used it yet. But I don't know. It does seem to be interesting to be able to catch one or be able to get the seed for it. I'm still wary of how Darkrai is really going to change anything in the meta because it's just something that we have to be a long run component to the game, It's going to take us at least another 3 to 4 months to really get all the skills, and we don't even get to level 175 at this point. You need at least 2 more months for the ingredients if you're looking for ingredients, and if you don't get anything good, then you're gonna have to get more so that way you can reroll those skills at that point. So it's gonna be interesting if we ever get to the point where a Darkrai is gonna be useful in that sense,
Yeah, I'm just not at the point where I'm really spending anything on legendaries. They're fun to catch. I just have not seen the use for them in the game yet.
Yeah, they haven't really panned out. Maybe Expert Mode will give us a little more insight on how things will go if we use legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, maybe Expert Mode will be like, all right, use only X type Pokemon, and you have to. So then, if at that point you're using only Electric, for example, then maybe you'll be rewarded for using all Electric, and you can use your Raikou that scales the extra helping based off the number of Electric types. So who knows?
I do have to say that at least Cresselia has a little bit more easier time powering up because if you have a good one, you can heal your team, you can get the extra berries from the triggers and all that stuff. So that's definitely a useful Pokemon, just because we always think that having a healer in your team at some point throughout the day is always good. So yeah, that's my take on that. And yeah, New Moon.
Yeah. Use all your extra biscuits. The
Please
next month
don't.
starts next week.
Yeah, actually, I gotta buy things in the shop because I have like over 9,000 sleep points I've been saving up, and I need to buy the biscuits.
How do you have so many? I just use them all the time.
Actually, we forgot to mention this, but the developers did give us a little gift last time.
Yeah, it was a great gift. It was like we got a main skill seed.
Mm.
We got some sleep points. We got
Some biscuits,
which I always immediately use.
but yeah, no,
I can't help myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pokemon Sleep. You gotta catch Pokemons. What do you expect? It's like, it's not like me spending all my pack points on Pokemon TCG Pocket, but so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember correctly. So it is the reason why we got a gift is because we have recorded over 1 billion sleep sessions worldwide.
Nice.
So it says, thank you for all your researchers who are playing, and we hope you continue to enjoy meeting various Pokemon throughout improving your sleep every day. Special gift to celebrate the 1 billion total sleep sessions track. We bring you this gift. Please receive them. So it was the 5 regular biscuits, 2 gray biscuits, the main skill seed, and the 1,000 sleep points. So definitely a great time. I can't wait to get to 2 billion.
Yeah. I definitely used the Great Biscuits already. I used them on probably Mawile.
Probably. Yeah. No, I was probably in the same boat. I think I still have like maybe that 2 that they gave us. I had like an extra one at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's just one of those things. Thank you much. I do appreciate it, at least the developers actually do listen to the community. They continue to give us great things, even if it's like far in between. Knowing that this the anniversary is coming up pretty soon too. Because Pokemon Sleep came out in July, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, it was like mid-July. Maybe we'll have that event soon, or they'll announce it.
Yeah, it was July 17th.
So, less than a month away.
But at the same time, we're 2 weeks away from the Pokemon Presents, which is all Pokemon-related news. So I'm pretty sure that's when they actually announce it.
Oh. See, you're better at keeping track of this stuff than I am.
I love all things Pokemon. That is a detection. All right. But yeah, so keep an eye out. We'll definitely give you more information about this as the weeks come along. I hope that everybody will have a wonderful summer festival. And yeah, is there any... Oh, actually... What am I doing? I feel like I'm ending the podcast. We have to do our Dream Dex Detective.
Yeah, I was like, why are you ending the podcast?
I don't know. I was just like, can I go to sleep now? All right.
The answer is no. You have to do another pod after this.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Although, actually, my other co-host Hansen actually answered me, so I don't know if I'm going to do it now.
This is when you do what I do, and you just call him.
Yeah. I'll call him once I've finished. Anyways. Dream Dex Detective. I still got to get my hourglass. Where is it? Okay, so Justin, you did have an entry for me last week.
All right, I will read it again. Well, because I goofed last week and I had to do 2 because I redid one that you did. I just liked it too much. All right, so this one says, the best swimmer among Pokemon. This Pokemon has been seen languidly paddling its webbed limbs as it sleeps. Perhaps it's swimming in its dreams. Who's that Pokemon?
Well, it's definitely a water type because it like limbles its paddles and all that stuff. The best swimmer among Pokemon. That's an interesting one. I'm thinking of all the water Pokemons at this point. It's not Squirtle, unless he can just Hydro Cannon out of things out of there.
And I will let you look at a visual list.
All right.
Because sometimes, you're like, all right, I know all the water Pokemon, but that might not be in this game. I might be thinking of a different game.
Well, yeah, that's true too. All right.
While you look that up, I'm going to read it again. The best swimmer among Pokemon. This Pokemon has been seen languidly paddling its webbed limbs as it sleeps. Perhaps it's swimming in its dreams.
Perhaps it's sleeping in its dreams. Oh, that's an interesting one.
It's Pikachu.
It's Pikachu.
All right. Do you have a guess?
You know, I feel like out of all the water Pokemons, there's one that paddles a lot, and somehow I feel like it's either Psyduck or this evolution Golduck.
What, you have to choose one. You can't have both.
Man. Can I just say that it's the evolution line?
Nope. You got to choose one.
All right. You know what? Just because I feel like also Psyduck is just he gets headaches all the time and all the stuff, and I think his entry usually will be more of that. So I'll go with Evolution Golduck this time around.
You're correct. Ding,
Yay!
ding, ding. Yeah, the giveaway was webbed limbs. I can't think of that many water Pokemon that have obviously webbed limbs other than Golduck.
Yeah, at least not until all the Pokemons come around.
Like Psyduck has webbed limbs, but they're not like obviously webbed to where you would make a description about it like you do with Golduck. And Psyduck's not really sleeping. I mean, he is sleeping, but he's not like swimming. He's just kind of a goof.
Yeah, that's why I was like Psyduck, weird kind of thing. But yeah, all right. So it's time for your Dream Deck Detective, my friend. And here's your entry. Its curve, bow-like horn, remains vigilant even while this Pokemon sleeps. It's said that this Pokemon's ability to detect danger is strong even when it slumbers.
Okay. I have a couple guesses. When you say bow-like horn, the things that come to mind are like bug types. So I'm thinking like a Heracross or like a Pinsir or something like that. But, it could also be, so you could also think like, Rhyhorn, but Rhyhorn's not in this game. I'm trying to think of anything else that has horns in this game.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it. Look at that for next time.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, don't forget, you can always email us anything to sleepitoffpod@gmail.com. If I ever say that correctly, please go ahead and just win the lottery at this point. You can also voicemail, text, and picture line at 732-835-8639. And with that, Justin, is there something else you want to give the players too?
Yeah. Spanish version of the pod win.
Estamos hablando Pokémon Sleep. Vamos a dormir Pokémon. No sé.
And with that, hasta la vista, baby.